The tires hissed against the slick, winding asphalt of the Ozarks. It was deep into the night, and I was navigating the dark, looping corridors around the Bull Shoals area. A rhythmic, hypnotic rain lashed against the windshield, turning the world outside into a blur of gray and black. Inside the cabin, my wife and children were dead to the world. Their soft, shallow breathing was a gentle rhythm that nearly lulled me into a trance. My eyelids grew heavy, flickering shut as the car began to drift silently toward the rain-slit shoulder. I was seconds away from disaster. Then the silence was violently shattered. The car radio, which I knew for a fact was off, roared to life on its own, blasting a raw, distorted snarl of outsider punk. It sounded like it was being played on a cigar box guitar. The volume was deafening, the sound distorted and raw. Through the chaotic noise, a voice boomed with a truly supernatural energy. It was rough, static-laced, and impossibly loud. "I'm the Bull Shoals Boogie Man, and I'm with ya on WBULM radio from beyond the veil." That was Zero Antarctica playing the Arkansas Shake. "You hear that, late-night driver?" The announcer's voice cut through the static like a lightning bolt, a sharp jolt of pure adrenaline. "Wake yourself up. Look alive, late-night driver. You're drifting. Here's more Zero Antarctica for you. We don't want any sleepers on the Bull Shoals Highway." The music slammed back in, immediately transitioning into a frantic, jarring rockabilly beat that vibrated the entire car frame. I jolted upright, my heart hammering against my ribs, instantly awake, my senses screaming. My hands gripped the steering wheel, white-knuckled, fighting the slick road. The burst of adrenaline washed away every trace of sleep. I scanned the road ahead. Through the heavy rain, I spotted a glowing neon sign in the distance, a relic of a gas station, miraculously still open. I signaled quickly and pulled over, the gravel crunching loudly under the tires, a welcome sound of solid ground beneath us. I took a shaky breath, then gently woke my family. We all piled out, stretching our cramped legs, breathing the damp Ozark air. We needed a break, and the old gas station was a perfect sanctuary. Inside the station, I bought a large, scalding hot coffee and a handful of snacks candy bars for the kids, a small bag of chips for my wife. We needed the sugar and the caffeine. After paying, we piled back into the car. The interior now smelled of chocolate, coffee, and wet wool. As we buckled up, my wife turned to me, a thoughtful, playful smile on her face. "That radio blasting woke me up," she said, shaking her head at the volume. "But while you were getting coffee, I was reading this little pamphlet they had by the register about local legends. Something spooky." She leaned closer. "Apparently, there's this old story about the Bull Shoals area. Back in the 50s, there was a DJ at a station near here that shut down decades ago. He was killed during a massive storm, supposedly right in the middle of his broadcast." She laughed, a light, airy sound. "But the story goes that his ghost, they call him the Bull Shoals Boogie Man, still broadcasts from the other side when a driver needs him most, when they're about to fall asleep at the wheel." She giggled again, covering her mouth. "Can you imagine? Have you ever heard such a silly tale?" I didn't answer right away. I took a slow, steady sip of my black coffee, feeling the heat spread through me. Then I looked down at the radio dial. It was completely dark. There was no music, no shouting announcer, and no power indicator light. Just the hollow, rhythmic hiss of dead static, barely audible over the rain. I reached out, clicked the radio completely off, silencing the last whisper of static, and pulled back onto the highway. "Never heard it," I said, my voice low and steady. But under my breath, I added a silent, heartfelt thanks to the ghostly DJ for the life I still held firmly in my hands. What legends haunt your hometown roads? Tell me your scariest tale in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the weird and the wonderful.